Is this a fifth dimensional chess move? I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't wrap my head around it. Maybe Marvel movies are truly Teflon. Now, I've been on record, in spite of all my videos laughing at how the critics are roasting the Eternals, on record saying this movie's going to be, I don't remember, it was mid-70s, roughly, audience score. If it was over 80, I would honestly be shocked. Under 70, I would be equally surprised. What's been hilarious is just how the critics have been absolutely demolishing this film and continue to. We now have a sub 50 Rotten Tomatoes score, and I'm not sure how to wrap my head around it. Is this a five head? Is this just a mega brain op by the critics to get people to say, well, if the critics review it bad, then we're going to go see it? I'm actually extremely frustrated now, and the box office is also not helping. I'm just very, very, very confused. Maybe I'll stay home and cook using these sweet knives from Kamikoto. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Kamikoto. Kamikoto makes great Japanese steel kitchen knives using traditional techniques from Japan. Kamikoto also only sources its steel from Japan. Each knife comes in a beautiful heavy-duty ash wood box. It makes sure the knife is stored safely. It also makes Kamikoto a great gift. Each knife goes through a rigorous 19-step process that takes several years from start to finish to complete. With more than 100 years of experience between them, their expert bladesmiths forge and shape raw steel into hardy blades. Each knife is individually inspected. Kamikoto is so confident about their knives that each knife comes with a lifetime guarantee. And look, I can talk from a personal experience. When I got this and I opened the box, I felt excited. It comes with it's really nice to me. It comes with like certificate of authenticity. The knives are all packaged in there and look really nice. They're well crafted. They feel really good in your hand. Kamikoto has a big sale going on right now. Is offering an extra $50 off any purchase you make with the discount code TheQuartering, and that's on top of their already special offers. So click the link below or go to kamikoto.com/TheQuartering and use promo code TheQuartering to save $50 today. These things make an awesome gift for you or for someone you love. Hey, Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving is coming up. You're going to need some sweet showpiece knives as a gift to someone or yourself. Support the channel and get yourself some sweet knives from Kamikoto. Now, 49% from critics, which is shocking given how easily they're manipulated. You would think that this movie would be a disaster. Though I don't think Marvel, given its formulaic approach, is really capable of pushing out like disaster fodder. I don't think that they're capable of like being that bad. But I don't know. Some of you have reached out and said, meh, the movie's meh, which is exactly what I would expect from a middle-of-the-road Marvel movie. Meh. But the box office numbers looked awful. But now it's hard to read. As the Eternals rises to 20 million across just 2 days overseas, outpacing both Shang-Chi and Black Widow. Now, more theaters are probably open now than they were when those movies came out, but it's still interesting. And we also know that with Black Widow, there was a simultaneous release, giggity, on both Disney Plus and in the theater. So I don't think you could compare Black Widow directly. Didn't they say that they made like $30 million in direct buys from that movie? Some big number. So I don't think that it's the, Shang-Chi, and Black Widow, different. We're kind of re-establishing what what a success looks like. I do think the billion-dollar movie era is over. The last chance you're going to get to see it is probably going to be Spider-Man in December, because as time passes, more and more people will get high-speed internet, will get better TVs, will become more accustomed to streaming. Honestly, as somebody who spent, I don't know how, let's say if you saw 2 movies a month, which would be pretty light, I'm guessing, $50 a movie, that's $1,200 a year. You can put together a nice little home theater system for that. Now, maybe people say, well, $50 to go to the movies. Well, me plus my wife plus popcorn and ices and stuff, it's probably $40 or so to go to the movies. Family of four is certainly more expensive. But interestingly, after the beginning overseas rollout on Wednesday, Eternals moves into a further 25 markets on Thursday and lifts its total to 19.8 million in 39 total. The first 2 days of playout of Chloe Zhao's directed Super Gods pick at an estimated 117% above Shang-Chi and 19% above Black Widow, so double Shang-Chi. Key new markets on Thursday included Mexico, which opened number 1 at 1 million, including previews. That was good for a 70% share that came in 110% over Shang-Chi as well. Brazil likewise scored number 1 start with 1 million, including previews, for an 82% market share. Now, all of these markets, given what we know that China is not going to air this movie, what's going to matter is the United States. Better forget some of the, another Marvel $300 million failure. Looks like the third straight tank from Marvel. When is the last time they had 3 movies in a row that failed to clear 500 million worldwide? It's tough because we're talking about a post-lockdown era, I've always said this. I've said since Jump Street that there's going to be a percentage of people that literally never go back to the movie theater. Never, ever, 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 ever go back to the movie theater. There are a percentage of people that will never go back. I bet you it's bigger than you think. Whether it's for fear of public safety or it's for also alternative streaming options. I think that middle-of-the-road movies are way more... This is just my opinion. I'll be interested to hear what you say in the comments. I think middle-of-the-road movies are by far more in danger of losing market share to streaming than like a blockbuster would be. Like when people see the latest James Bond film or something like that, they're like, oh, I want to see that in the theater. But if it's like, the Eternals, I'm on the fence about it, I'll just stream it. That's what I think. But it's difficult to know because it's pulling ahead with almost 20 million, but understand that it needs another 380 million just to break even. Now, the audience score with 1,000 verified ratings. Now, audience score always goes down. It doesn't start at the very bottom and climb back up. It's just extremely rare that happens. These are only 1,000 verified reviews from, well, let's see if it's updated. Oh, it snuck back up to 50. It's still only let 1,000 reviews in. This is what I believe Rotten Tomatoes is getting a little finicky with. I think if you look based on how much advertising's on the front page, like open the Fandango app, it's all Eternals apps. Eternals, Marvel, Disney is spending a fortune advertising with Rotten Tomatoes, okay? I suspect that they are slow rolling audience scores. There should be more than 1,000 reviews here based on it made $20 million. There should be more than 1,000 reviews, but they're leaving it here. Now, 86, that's not bad. I still, like I said, I don't think this movie is going to be a 60 or a 70, but I do think Rotten Tomatoes is probably slow rolling reviews to keep this as high as possible through the opening weekend. I still think it's going to end up like in the 70s somewhere, but maybe I'll be wrong. Many people, I think they get caught up in like, I like to dunk on the Eternals. I like to dunk on Marvel. I like to dunk on Disney. But what I don't want is to dunk on my viewers. I don't want my viewers to feel bad liking something. If you like the Eternals or you thought it was fine, that's totally cool. Life is short. You should enjoy what you want to enjoy. But it is curious that only 1,000 reviews. And by the way, this is at 500 like 24 hours ago. So they only let 1,000 through. My guess is they're curating these pretty hard. Just like they did with Captain Marvel. They erased them and they slowly peeled them back out. And The Last Jedi, too. It'll be interesting to see where this ends up. And where the reviews really hit, I think, is in the second week. The first week, people who want to see a Marvel movie are going to go see a Marvel movie, and there's $200 million in sales just from that. That audience exists, okay? Where they're just like, screw it, it's a new Marvel movie, I'm going to see it. But it's that next 200 million to 300 million that they're going to need to get to break even or make money that is going to depend on word of mouth. Because it's not like this is Spider-Man where everyone just sees it. You know, they're going to look at the movie poster and see Eternals and not necessarily know that it's a Marvel movie. So there's going to be a good amount of, second week projections that we're going to have to wait to see after we see the opening weekend. Be curious to see how it does today. Today's going to tell us a lot. Pre-sales are high, but this is interesting to see where we're going to see the rest of Phase 4 go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to check out this video's sponsor, Kamikoto. We'll talk to you again. Get some sweet and ice. Cook yourself some dinner. We'll talk to you again real soon.